Let's go ahead and get started. I'm ready to go. I got stuff to do, stuff to do. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Let's get the microphone on. There we go. Make sure we got the sound preferences going correctly. Yeah, good thing I checked that because it was all screwed up. We got it going now. All right. So, shout out to the CIA. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. To answer the question, when is MIT San Francisco happening? The 5th of February. Let me explain something. And I need you guys to pay close attention because tonight I'm going to go into the kind of man that women should avoid and men should avoid if you're trying to win. And just as much, more than anything, it's a mindset. It's a mindset that it's at its core, it doesn't know what's wrong. I'm talking about guys who are good looking, normal, average, everyday, solid citizens who don't realize how the way they just move through the world keeps them stuck at average. At the root of this mindset is entitlement, scarcity, and fear. So instead of asking me when MIT San Francisco is, your only consideration should be getting to the next MIT that there is. I should not have to come to San Francisco for you to get off your ass. Avoid these kinds of mindsets in men. And I need you guys to be laser focused on these things in yourself. Laser focused on these things yourself. Cool. Laser focused on these kind of things in your own mind, because so many guys really feel like because they're not Pookie and Ray Ray or Bottom Shelf Brad or the Trailer Park Dude, they feel like they're winning. No, you're just better than average. But the kind of guys that are winning, Mr. Right, the guy that everyone wants to be, the guy that women want, the guy that never has to worry about dealing with anything less than an 8, are the guys I'm about to talk about right now. And the first things first, they expect to pay like they weigh. They expect to pay like their way. No one has to ask them to hit the like button. No one has to ask them to hit the super chat button. They come in doing the things they're supposed to be doing because they know better. They got a standard for themselves. See, the reality is this. A lot of guys today really ain't ready. You're not ready to self-improve. You're not ready for any of it because you're still trying to take the cheap road, the easy road, the path of least resistance. And if that worked, it wouldn't be so special. Let me go ahead and hit you right between the eyes. If there was an easier way to do it, somebody smarter than you would have already figured it out. If there's an easier way to do it, somebody smarter than you would have figured it out, and they would have already marketed it to you. And this is what I need guys to understand. If it was an easier way to do this, be like, oh man, if there was a pill to take and make yourself the best version of yourself, that pill would already be on the market, because the first thing, the first kind of guy you need to avoid is the guy that's lazy. And when I mean lazy, I mean you need to look at a man and you can tell if he's lazy. Look at his body. Is he fat, out of shape, overweight? He's lazy. Don't get mad at me, because I deal in outcomes. Image. You can look at a man and see if he's fat, he's lazy. Shout out to brother SBK Fitness. He's lazy. And the world looks at men who can't even be disciplined enough to keep themselves in shape as men to avoid. That's why your insurance is higher. See, laziness is a kind of person you want to be away from, because they're lazy in many things. And if they're going to be lazy about their health, they're going to be lazy about a lot of things. And you don't need to be around to know what it is. Honestly, that's the thing. You don't need to be around to know what it is they're being lazy about. You just need to know off the rip, I don't want to be around lazy guys. Okay. You know what? As I'm looking at this, let me see. Is this stream kind of broken up? I think it may be a little bit, stream may be a little buffered. Hold on. So I need to change the resolution on the camera. I think it may be a little too high for the internet connection. I can't wait till I get to my new spot. When I get to my new spot, I am going to have super duper high speed AT&T, Google, Monster, Fiber. I'm going to be able to live stream in 4K. Lazy. If you are overweight as a man, ladies, avoid these guys. Men, avoid these guys. And men yourself, you need to avoid becoming this guy. Don't shoot the messenger. Just deal with the message. Don't shoot the messenger. Just deal with the message. Because honestly, who really wants to be around that kind of mindset? Now, I expect a lot of guys to come on here and dislike the video, because a lot of guys want easy. They want it easy. And see, the thing is, these are the guys I need you guys to understand. Don't crap on them. Don't hate on them. But just understand, these are going to be the betas of the world. These are going to be the worker bees of the world. These are going to be the guys that are going to work for you while you go out and build the companies and industries. They're going to be your workers. You got to either figure out what side of the coin you're going to be on. You're going to be an owner. You're going to be an owner, an entrepreneur, or you're going to be a worker. All right, next. And here's the reality. The dislikes. Oh, there are going to be a lot of dislikes, Mike. There'll be a lot of dislikes because I've gone through and I've blocked a lot of people. And I'm going to be blocking more people from the channel, because when I live stream, it's going to be uncut. It's not going to be, a lot of cursing, but it's going to be uncut. But when a guy is not ready to improve, he will do anything to stay inside of his comfort zone. First thing is, you can look at a guy who's comfortable. He's lazy. He has a lazy appearance. He has a lazy body. He got a lazy hygiene. He got a lazy haircut, lazy everything about his image. He just has the image of lazy. The next thing you want to avoid is the guy who's always hesitant. Look, man, people follow certitude, certainty, strength, leadership. When there is are you the kind of guy that there's a fire? Do you run into the building or do you run away? I need you to ask yourself a question. When there's a loud bang or a loud boom, do you run away or do you run towards? I've always been the kind of guy who When something like that happens, I focus. I get ready. Hesitant men are dangerous. What is the comment that I put down in the comment? No, halfway men are dangerous. No amount of talking through the issues will ever get one brick laid. I need you guys to understand that. Halfway men are dangerous. Men who are always in the gray area. Men who always want to sit down and, well, let's talk about it. Now, there's a time for talk and then there's a time for action. And far too often, a lot of guys sit around and talk. This is where I look at the MIT events. I'm going to use the guy who said about MIT San Francisco. Instead of worrying about MIT San Francisco, make plans to go to MIT LA, but that will require you not being lazy, not looking for convenience. Why does MIT need to come to San Francisco? It's already going to be in California, but see, it's never good enough when you're lazy and hesitant. What do I need to do? Put it in your house? What the last part of my manhood formula is assertiveness. Assertiveness training. And so many guys today lack being assertive. You know why they're hesitant? In a lot of the ways is because they're timid and fearful. All these things kind of go to, why is a guy hesitant? He's hesitant because he's timid and fearful, always questioning, overanalyzing, wanting to understand everything, every nuance, then waiting for approval before he does one single thing. Avoid men like this because they are dangerous. They're dangerous to your survival. They're dangerous to your security. A bump in the night, this is the guy who will sit there and look at you. Instead of getting the gun or knife or rock or stick or whatever and getting out there and taking care of it. This is the guy that's going to look at you and try to figure out what's going on. Did you hear that? No, I didn't. What is that? No woman wants these kind of men. And no man truly wants to be this kind of man. So the question is, why are you? Why are so many guys today terrified of making a decision? This is why I do the MIT events, because I am separating the real from the fake. I'm separating the talkers from the actors, the talkers from the action. That's what I'm doing. MIT Atlanta and Dallas were the first two. LA is going to be 3 days. LA is going to be 3 days. And then we go to New York City, it's going to be 3 days. We go to the national convention, the national meeting in Las Vegas, it's going to be 4 days. And you have to attend one of the previous ones. You have to be a patron to attend. See, let me tell you, just like I told guys on the channel the other day, don't listen to what women say, look where they put their money. Also do the same thing with men, and wait till I talk about the women. Wait till I talk about my women's event that I had this weekend. Ladies event was fantastic. Saturday, this weekend I had my ladies event. This weekend I had my women's event. And we had 20 women in attendance. 20. That's twice the size of the guys who attended in person to MIT Dallas or Atlanta. I'm not going to let the entire cat out of the bag. But here's the thing. Here's what I need you guys to do. Before I go on any further, we need to get the likes up. Get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up. Get the likes up, and also I'm going to need you guys to go ahead and boop, hit that super chat, because here's where the rubber meets the road. Lazy, hesitant, fearful. Well, you can just call it lazy and fearful. Lazy, fearful. And it's all rooted in the scarcity mentality. Here's the thing, ladies. and gentlemen, I need you to avoid men who are okay with average. I need you to avoid these kind of people. No, I'm good. If you're trying to be Blake Henry, if you're trying to be in the top 10% of men, you need to avoid all nah, I'm good people in your personal life. Get them away from you. Nah, I'm good is an admission that I am not going to go any further than this. I got a B in the class. Nah, I'm good. I don't need to do any other studying. What? I'm going to graduate. I'm good. Now, Mike, see, first of all, it ain't because they were raised by women. It's because it's not, nope. I'm assuming I'm talking to grown men. It's because they're lazy, fearful, scarcity mentality. They're comfortable. And when you're that way, you're going to always look for the easy outcome. Think about how many guys you see when I say lazy, they're 300 pounds. If you're under 6 feet tall and you weigh 220 pounds, if you under six, you 6 foot, let me just say, if you're 5'10", 200 pounds, you're lazy. Because at 5'10", you should be about 175 pounds, 180. There is a reason that CEOs are not fat, they're thin, because they have to be able to work. And if you're out of shape, yep. And see, the thing is this, I say, judge a man by his wallet. And his wallet is his achievements, his accomplishments, the things that he does. And the thing is, you will never find cheap men around successful men. Nope. Cheap men around successful men. There's this whole debate going on between minimalism and frugality. And I'm going to say what I have to say about this, but cheap is a scarcity mindset. So the "nah, I'm good" attitude means that there is a level to which they will not go beyond. You cannot build a big picture with these kind of people. And this is what you do. You don't try to get them to be anything other than what they are. If they are a painter, let them paint. Don't try to get a painter to be an electrician. You get painters for painters. The "nah, I'm good" people, you let them do the jobs you have around them. But you got to get good at making relationships and moving on. You have to know the art of the deal. And this is where it really comes down to. Many guys today have little to no people skills. Little to no people skills. Therefore, they limit themselves. They limit their potential because they always end up working by themselves. Why did Donald Trump become one of the reasons Donald Trump is the president? Is because Donald Trump was good enough at motivating and inspiring people to advocate and talk on his behalf. How many of you guys in the chat room actually have people that are talking up your business or your skill sets on your behalf? How many of you guys inside the organization you're in right now, you have people advocating for you behind the scenes? Man, all right, guys, hit super chat. We're 20 minutes in, and not one person has donated $1. There's nobody else on YouTube talking about this kind of stuff. Now, shout out to everybody else on YouTube. That's what y'all want to see? Knock yourself out. I'll go do it for the patrons. This is why in 2 weeks from now, I won't be live streaming on YouTube in the evenings anymore. Because I shouldn't have to ask guys.
Basically saying that the feminine characteristics in men nowadays are due to them having no stronger male figure in their lives.
Yeah, Showtime, Mike. And here's the problem with that. You're a grown man. I expect these these are grown men. I expect them to do something about it. See, as a image consultant and as a life coach, I would tell you this. I work with plenty of men who have made improvements and then quit. Guys who are socially awkward, this, that, and then because they're better off, better than they've ever been, they stopped. See, and that's the problem. That's the now I'm good mentality. Let me give you an example. Think about riding a bike. If you stopped if you stopped learning how or developing at just taking the training wheels off, you never would have able been to ride fast, ride freehand, pop a wheelie, do any tricks. So many guys today are so lazy to where they just want to get to the point to where they're better than average. And I want you to understand what I'm talking about. Imagine if you have a life to where you've been behind. Your appearance is off, your image is off, and you basically got a green belt in martial arts. Let me give you an example. I talk about this in coaching. My recommendation is you got a question for me, put it in super chat. You got a recommend, if you got a question, there's a $sign there, put it in super chat. If you want your question answered or your comment read, put it in super chat. When I taught martial arts, it was broken into 4 classes: Kung Fu 1, Kung Fu 2, Kung Fu 3, and Advanced Kung Fu, Kung Fu 4. Kung Fu 1 was entry Kung Fu. That anybody out the street could walk in, take one test class, and when they decide they enroll, you come in and you start with no belt. You get your Kung Fu uniform and no belt. A lot of times you could even just go in there in a t-shirt and some warm-up pants. Some workout, some shorts or whatever. You didn't have to have a uniform. And in order to test for your first belt, you had to be able to throw a back fist, a ridge hand, a reverse punch, a roundhouse kick, a front snap kick, and a side kick. You had to do a horse stance for a minute, and you had to do a form called Sefun Sebe. Okay? You learned to do that. And you could go test, and that took about 30 days to learn how to do that. If you went to class twice a day, in about 30 to 45 days, you're ready to test for your white belt. Then in order to test for and after you get your white belt, you have a rank. But you need to go get it. And by this time, you probably you make 50% of the people don't have a uniform. But by the time you have your white belt on, you have to get ready to test for your yellow belt. And you have to do a form, it's called a nunchuck form. You have to learn how to do the nunchuck form. You have to do some basic kicks and punches. And you have to do a horse stance for a minute and a half. Okay?
Thank you, Kevin, for your wisdom. I'm ready to learn as much as I can from you.
Appreciate it. Get your yellow belt. Then you go up to the next to get your gold belt. You have to do another form. It's called Dajin Kun. It's an open hand form. By this time, you have to do some spin kicks, different punches. You have to do a horse stance for about 2.5 minutes, and you have to break a board, a little 1-inch board. Then, and you can go from no belt to orange belt in about 6 months. But from orange belt to test for green belt, it takes another 6 months time. By this time, you're learning how to do jump spinning kick, spin punches, and to test for your green belt, you have to do a horse stance that's twice as long. You have to break 2 boards, and you have to spar 1 person. Okay? All right? No. You have to continuous spar when you're going to test for your continuous spar for 3 minutes. When you're going to test for your yellow belt, you have to spar for point spar. When you have to test for your gold belt or your orange belt, you have to point spar up to 5 points. But to test for your green belt takes about a year. The thing is, you come in off the street And by this time, you're an advanced Kung Fu 1 student. You have your uniform and you've gone from no belt to white belt, from white belt to yellow belt, from yellow belt to orange belt to green belt. You've gone through 4 rank levels. Now understand there's still blue, purple, purple with brown stripe, brown, brown with black stripe, black. There's still 6 levels to go, but you've gotten through these 4 levels. To get those other 6 levels takes 6 years. It takes 1 year to get a green belt, 6 years to get your black belt, 7 years total. And after you got your green belt, you go from Kung Fu 1 to Kung Fu 2. You graduate. It's like going from junior high to high school. And so basically what happens is you go into Kung Fu 2. It meets later, and in Kung Fu 2, you have green belts, blue belts. I'm sorry, you have green belts, blue belt, purple stripe. Let me say the belts again. Green belt, blue belt, purple stripe, purple, brown, black, black. 8 more ranks. So in Kung Fu 2, you have green, blue, purple. Blue, purple is the highest you can go. And then Kung Fu 3, you go to purple belt. So Kung Fu 3, and then between Kung Fu 3 and Kung Fu 4 is black belt club. Only people that were in Kung Fu 4 were students that Master Lee deemed appropriate to be in this because you learn closed door stuff and you were committed to becoming a black belt. So Kung Fu 4 is a secret class. So imagine you come into school and you go to Kung Fu 1 and you're normally at your class and it's at 6:30 to 7. 6:30 to 7 for an entire year. But then you also see these upperclassmen coming in and their class starts at 7:30 or 8. And a lot of times people will hang around to watch the upperclassmen work out in Kung Fu 2 or Kung Fu 3, right? So you see where you're going, just like a junior high or elementary or junior high or high school. You see high school. So you go into Kung Fu 2 for the first day with your certificate and everything else. And Master Lee says, congratulations, you've made it to Kung Fu 2. You're a green belt student. You should feel very good about yourself. You know just enough to get yourself killed. Whoa. You know just enough to get yourself killed.
What do you think about joining an honor society at a community college?
Let me get back to that. You get these people who are all puffed up, so proud of themselves. And the first thing they hear is, you know just enough to get yourself killed. And that's true. Because at this point is when most people quit. The people who quit after greenbelt is about 70% because they feel like they know martial arts. They feel like because they can break a couple of boards and fight for a minute and do a little, they think they can actually defend themselves. So they'll take on risks and challenges and get themselves into situations that they normally would have backed away from. That's the most dangerous person. A person that knows a little bit. The nah, I'm good halfway person is the most dangerous. And this is what I say, so many guys, you're looking for quick fixes and answers. There are no quick fixes. It is going to take thousands and thousands of dollars, and it takes 10,000 hours to become expert at something. You don't go to one MIT and all of a sudden shit is fixed. You don't do one advice call and all of a sudden you're ready to go. It requires work. There's an old theory that says if you take however long you were in a relationship, divide that by 2, and that's about how long it takes you to get completely over it. So let's say I'm in a relationship with Money Girl, and me and Money Girl are in a relationship for 6 years. It's going to take me 3 years to get over her. Some schools of thought say half, some schools of thought say a third. But the bottom line is you're not going to get over her like that. That's why being lazy is the worst thing to be, because you have to continue to work. I just need your help with my style and clothing. Well, this is what you do. You book your one-on-one Skype consultation. Going into 2020, I've been advised by my consulting firm to start talking more about my image consulting, about where I rank, and because a lot of times I'm going to not be live streaming as much because I give away too much free information on these streams. Honestly, I shouldn't even be talking to you guys. Really, there's nobody else on YouTube who's an image consultant who does live streams. They just simply don't. They don't give away information and knowledge for free. I decided to do this for a year, but if you notice, all my live streams have been taken down. If you want to be valued, you need to make yourself scarce. Scarcity increases value. That's why I don't answer general questions. Well, I didn't think you actually paid attention. I'll book it. Why? I'm a professional. I'm not on here for myself. But the thing is, let me address that. You type a comment in a section that you didn't think I was paying attention for. So you mean you're not serious? See, that's where it really gets down to. Men who are, and I'm gonna use you as an example. If you really need my help, you go to my website and you book your session. Those are the kind of men you need to be around, ladies, and those are the kind of men you need to become, guys. Gentlemen are men of action, not men of talking. Don't take this personally, Randall Richards, but whether you need my help or not is irrelevant. I would know you need my help when you booked your session. Think about it. You could have talked about it for 6 months, but until you do something, it doesn't count. Gentlemen keep score. Gentlemen wear their medals and accomplishment and badges proudly because they show that they're men of action. Beware of a man with no accomplishments. No accomplishments, light resume, no recommendations. Okay, let me say something else. Become men of action. You need to start looking for answers and stop asking questions. Randall, in every one of my videos, booking information is there. I just said I have a website. See, until men, this is what I mean by lazy. That's laziness. Here's something I often ask a guy when I'm coaching. When he's getting to the point where it's like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, okay. And now I'm good is always rooted in something, some sort of scarcity. And I challenge that as a good coach you're supposed to. I said, so if you had a tumor growing out the side of your neck, would you let the fact that you didn't have medical insurance or money stop you from getting that checked out, seeing there's something done about it? Heck no. Why? Because his life is on the line. Money, access, insurance, he'd find a way. I was like, okay, what about this? What if you had a friend who was a stockbroker and said, hey man, if you can come up with $10,000 to invest in this new Uber-like startup, I guarantee you'll have $100,000 in 6 months. Sign this contract. And if it does not make you $100,000, I'll give you the $100,000. I'm already putting it in an escrow account. You're no way you can lose your money. So if you give me 10,000, you'll get $100,000 minimum 6 months guaranteed in a court of law. Money is there. Would you invest the $10,000? Every guy says, heck yeah. But I thought you didn't have the money. Oh, I'd find it. I'd do something. I'd do something because I am guaranteed an outcome. See, human beings are very simple. We work on incentives or fear. The first one is fear of death. A tumor growing out of the side of my neck, I'm going to get that taken care of because if I don't, I'll die. I'll worry about the consequences later. See, that is a sense of urgency. Then the other way is you appeal to greed. Well, you say you don't have money, but if you come up with 10,000, you'll have 100,000 in 6 months guaranteed. How many 10,000s would you give me? you'd give me as many $10,000 chunks as you could because you know you'd be getting $100,000, a 10 times return in 6 months. So if your life was on the line, you'd act. Or if you could if you were guaranteed an outcome, but your day-to-day life is not important enough for you to act with any sense of urgency. This is the kind of man you want to avoid becoming. The I'm good. They're lazy, fearful, scarcity minded. I'm all right. Because most guys don't realize until you put it in their face. Let me explain something to you. Let me talk to my guys who are socially awkward. If you are socially awkward and you don't have a girlfriend, never had a girlfriend, or if you're a virgin, if you don't have any friends if you can't pick up your phone and you got a flat tire, somebody could come get you. If you really don't have anybody that you interact with except co-workers, understand something. You are really unattached to life. You know how many guys I've talked to who just because they're making enough money to keep their lights on, food, and save a little money, that's not living. That's just surviving. And that may seem cool. I mean, it may not seem like that big a deal when you're in your 25.
For acknowledging my questions for free. The least I can do is show appreciation. In ATL.
Booking info, please. Nah, don't do that. The booking info is right there, dude. See, a lot of guys today are just not hungry for anything. You're too content. This is why I say halfway guys need to be avoided. Because what so many guys are looking at is looking at 30, becoming 31, becoming 32, becoming 33, becoming 34, becoming 40, 50. I don't think a lot of these guys are realizing, play this all the way out to the end. When you are old, when you are in your late 70s or 80s and your body's breaking down, when you die, there's no need for a casket and a tombstone and a burial plot. You'll have no wife, nor kids, nor family. You might as well just get cremated and then they just scatter your ashes or stick you in a box. Do you understand what happens to men who are single and die alone? I don't think a lot of you guys don't realize the risk, what you're doing. You're basically saying, I'm going to go through life for the next 50 years alone. No human interactions. And you can call it MGTOW or red pill or whatever. All the MGTOW and red pill channels, the big guys all have relationships. See, what it is so many guys don't realize how bad it really is until they sit down with somebody like myself, who's an image consultant and a life coach. And for the first time, you start making them look in the mirror and say, this is where it is. If you did not show up to work for 2 weeks, if you were to die in your apartment, the only way anybody would know is because you didn't show up to work. But what if you what if you were independently wealthy? What if you didn't have a job to go to? Who would recognize you're missing from life? And this is the sobering reality for so many guys. You become a cautionary tale because you quit. You're basically walking ghosts. And then you wonder why you're unsuccessful with women, whether on a personal or professional level, and why this time right now, There will be no Christmas gifts with your name on it from anybody. You don't have a friend that's going to go out and buy you something for Christmas because they're actually thinking of you. The only gifts you're probably going to get may be from your mother. But what happens when mom passes or your aunt? What I'm painting is a picture of guys who are just completely detached. And that's not normal. Right now, there is an epidemic of this stuff going on in Japan where grown men and women, but we're talking about men right now, are dying in their apartments and not being discovered for weeks. You know how they finally figured out? The stench becomes unbearable. Rotting flesh, people laying on the futon, decomposing. There's an entire, what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is this cyber world you constructed where I just tuning in to YouTube watching us, you need to get help. You need to work with a life coach, a therapist, a life coach, an image consultant. You need to get in life. That's why I said the first thing I did when I did MIT Atlanta, I said life happens out there. How many guys right now? I want to do a pulse check. 250 people. I need everybody who is ecstatic, super happy about their life to put a 10 in the chat room. Super happy about your life. I'm not talking about the people that are okay. How many people are you just ecstatic? He said, I'm alone and I'm honestly okay with being alone. Let me explain to you. That's abnormal. That's not normal. Human beings are social creatures. No, I didn't ask for a 7. Okay, for the people who can't follow instructions, it's either 10 or nothing. I said, all right, I'm gonna do this again. I only need you to put a 10 if you're ecstatic about your life. I don't need your the obfuscation. It's not normal to be alone. Humans are social creatures. Nope. Nope. See, this is when people start making bargaining. Bargaining is one of the 5 stages of grief. I didn't say anything about I didn't say anything about it's either 10 or nothing. Only 2 people out of 250 say they're ecstatic or truly happy about their lives. What the hell's wrong with the rest of you guys? Rhonda Richard, you cannot be truly happy or ecstatic about your life if you need my help with image. See, it's see how it works? And see, that's why I say it's not your fault how you got here, but it is your responsibility to do something about it. 10, not because of where, that's bullshit. No, then that's 0. It's not. See, I want you guys to notice how many people are trying to make it fit. Avery Pierce, 10, not because of where I am, because of where I'm going. Well, you're not there yet. It doesn't count. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people just try to throw a number out there. It's because we don't want to admit that you're not happy. See, when we talk about money and purpose and all these vague ambitions, but we start talking about personal happiness, I see men every day who are dead. You are walking zombies. If you are not happy with your life, if you're just Then what are you doing about it? Oh, like you're not supposed in life, you're not supposed to be happy. Life is supposed to be miserable. Bullshit. You fall in love with the struggle story. I see people every day who love their lives. And then I see guys every day who are zombies. What's the difference? One group has taken accountability and ownership of their situation. The other has made peace with the fact that they're going to just live like this till they die. This is why I say avoid people like that. There's a chapter in the 48 Laws of Power. Avoid the unlucky and unhappy. I don't deal with them because as a man, you have a choice. If you're doing the things I talk about, get your mind right, work your 60 hours minimum that you're getting paid for, you should have money enough to invest and self-improve. But if you're not putting the 60 hours in, you're broke. If you don't have enough money to invest in yourself, you're too broke. That's your problem. That's your number one thing. If you don't have enough money, you need to go make more money. You need to either get paid more per hour or work more hours. That's it. So understand something. Avoid men who are unlucky and unhappy. As friends, as associates, for women, as for potential mates, because they're going to make your life miserable because they don't even care enough to make their lives better. And you don't need to know why. It's not your responsibility. It's their responsibility. See, unlike previous generations where you didn't have the internet and have all this information, you have the information now. You get information that previous generations never had access to. But if you don't do anything about it, it might as well not be there. Avoid the unlucky and unhappy. And they stand out like a sore thumb in the holiday seasons. This is when suicide goes up. I wake up in the morning listening to Andy Williams. It's the most wonderful time of year. I can't wait to get up and go to my office. And I've chosen to live this way. I've chosen to live this way. Let me say this, gentlemen, no matter what it was before I started this live stream, you can choose to not do this one day more. You can choose to live a better life from this point forward. You got to forgive yourself for all the time you've wasted. Forgive yourself for the mistakes you made. Forgive yourself for the past. You can't change it. You got to forgive yourself. And then you have to commit that I am going to be better. I'm going to choose to be better every day. I'm going to choose to wake up and I'm going to put a smile on my face. I'm going to fake it till I make it. I'm going to choose to do it. I'm going to choose to get out and go to the gym and be around people and do it. It's uncomfortable. I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it afraid. I'm going to do it alone. I'm going to do it through the tears. I'm going to do it through the confusion. I'm going to do it. I'm going to stop asking for permission. I'm going to start seeking out information. I'm not going to just wait for people to tell me. I'm going to go figure it out. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and I'm going to do it. And I'm never going to stop. There's never going to be a time or a place where I'm good to where I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing better than I was a year ago. So that's okay. No. Because then you take a nap, just like the grasshopper and the ant, and then you get good. You make a decision to never stop. You make a decision to do like Hugh Hefner. You keep on bringing in new playmates until the day you die. You decide to do like Stan Lee. Stan Lee, until the day he died, he was still making Marvel stuff.
Good day, Mr. Samuels.
What's going on, Iridian? You decide. You decide to be a gentleman. You decide, because a gentleman has a social life. A gentleman has an active life. A gentleman is a person that people want to be around. You have to decide that you're worth it. And you have to decide to put your money where it is. Put your money where your mouth is and show it. Show it with your appearance, show it with your accomplishments, show it. Move out of that, move out of the side of town you're living on, move to a better side of town. Leave the state you're living in, leave the city you're living, move somewhere else. Go buy a different car. This whole living your best life, you have to choose. All right. You either get busy living or you get busy dying. That's it. You get busy living or you get busy dying. That's it. All right. So MIT, MIT LA has been announced. It's going to be 3 days instead of 2 days, and it promises to be fan freaking tastic. We're going to Friday, when we get in on Friday, it's going to be a meet and greet, and there's going to be socializing that evening. We're going to go out, Saturday, we're going to have Saturday session, going to have an infield, then we're going to go out and have our dinner, then we're going to go out on the town in LA that evening. Then we're going to get up Sunday, have brunch, and do another half day. You're not leaving at 2 or 3 o'clock on Sunday. You're leaving on the red eye. I want you leaving Sunday evening. Catch the last flight out. You'll be home by 10 o'clock. And then after we do MIT LA, we're going to jump all the way to the next coast, and we're going to do MIT NYC in Manhattan. These two MITs are going to be ridiculous. I mean, you're going to be in LA and New York City. Can't wait. LA in March, and then New York City in late spring, early summer. Perfect time, perfect weather. And then the MIT national meeting. But in order to come to Las Vegas with the guys, you had to attend MIT Atlanta, Dallas, LA, or New York City. You cannot come to Vegas if you did not attend a regional meeting. So, yep, won't be any of that. I'll just wait for the big meeting. No. And we're going to be in Vegas. So it's Vegas. You know what's going to go down in Vegas. We're going to be in Vegas for 4 days. We're going to be in Vegas for 4 days. And tricking is authorized. Yes, we will be taking a caravan up to the Bunny Ranch. So for you virgins, you better come to MIT, LA, or New York City, because you want to go to the Bunny Ranch or the Bunny Ranch equivalent. Hey, man. I announced the ones I'm going to announce. Stop asking me about other locations, please. I don't know what is up with you guys asking about these other locations. I announced the ones I'm going to announce. That pisses me off. Why do y'all do that? Just go to the fucking ones I announce. You don't get an invite to MIT New York City. You have to be a patron. You have to be a patron because all the details and information are over there. And they're 3-day events in LA or New York City. So you need to budget for your travel. See, the beautiful thing, if you've already went to MITs, you already know the other guys. So you can split hotels, Airbnbs, all of that kind of stuff. The first MIT is the one where you're probably going to be no caravanning and no room splitting. But, LA is going to be 3 days. So you got to be in LA for Friday night, Saturday night, so at least 2 nights a day. So 2 days. I would recommend getting in on Thursday, honestly, if I were going to go. Because I would want to do LA. Woo. Because then when you get there, you're going to want to you don't want to eat at McDonald's. We're going to go out and eat well. Like I said, I'm expecting to be talking to men working 60 hours a minimum, getting paid. So yeah, start getting plans ready. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to the whole house. You gosh darn right. I know good and well there are plenty of guys out there who are good dudes who are not very sexually accomplished. Godfather got you covered. I done told you take an escort to the Christmas party. Well, in the national convention, And here's the thing, ain't nobody ever gonna know about it. That unless you tell somebody, it will never come out because I work under a strict non-disclosure agreement. I'm like an attorney or a physician. I don't even tell people who my image clients are. It's up to my clients to disclose the fact that they have an image consultant or stylist. So if you're a socially awkward dude who didn't get to learn all this stuff, you got a chance to actually be in the city with me. And then, especially if you come to the national one, you got a fan. Okay, program over. Program over. Because I'm about to just get live with it. Program over. If you're one of these dudes who's never had your fantasies fulfilled, oh, you got a credit card? They'll fulfill them. You wanna hang out with two women at once? Trust me, I'll arrange. Hey man, the only person that'll know would be me and you. If you want to tell other guys, cool. If you want to go up with the guys individually, or if you're a virgin or something like that and you feel a little awkward, this is what you do. Don't feel awkward, such and so forth. And I will actually talk to, I've done this before. Hey, Sheila, it's my guy. It's my homeboy. It's his first time. Could you make it memorable? And work with a woman who knows what she's doing. See, I'm about the outcome. My best friend from childhood was this dude. Yeah. So there used to be a time where fathers or uncles would take their sons or their nephews to IT in the best little whorehouse in Texas and get that taken care of. You want to have your, like say, you want to have a meeting with two women, whatever, bruh. This is how shit gets done. Knock it off your bucket list. We're going to be in Vegas. Yes, in Vegas, we're going to catch a show. First off, in LA, in New York City, we're definitely going to catch a Broadway show. In Vegas, we're going to catch a show. We're going to do Vegas stuff. That's why I'm going to LA, New York City, and the National Convention in Vegas. Okay, for the guys who don't live in the country, I am working on MIT International. I'm working on a digital solution for guys outside of the continental United States. Only men from outside of the continental United States will be allowed to participate. Only men from outside of the continental United States and are currently residing outside of the continental United States will be allowed to participate. So my boys in Japan, Ukraine, Australia, Toronto, if you want to throw in Toronto, Paris, Seoul, where is it? Not Kiev, former Soviet Union. Look, man. So of course, we won't be able to do all the in-person stuff, but there's a solution. And I'm thinking about doing something along the lines of what I did for my women's event, where I just had the women, they had a virtual portion, a virtual ticket for the women. So from 8 to 12:30, yesterday or day before yesterday, I had my women's event and I'd already talked about it. I reached my capacity of 20 virtual tickets. And when I make that video, oh boy, that's gonna cause some problems. That's gonna cause some problems. It's gonna hurt some feelings. I'm still trying to figure out how I wanna. Whew. Y'all gonna stop by the Bunny Ranch? No, I'm not. No. Why y'all think I'm kidding? I am dead ass serious. We're going to the Bunny Ranch. We're going to, yes. Look, man, I'm not stupid. There are guys here who have not. Some guys have fantasies. If you're already, what do you think? Do I honestly think, as a professional, it would be better for you to go to a bunny ranch or something like that to get your sexual confidence up, to get that anxiety off your chest, well, I figure it'd be better for me to tell you to go out into the wide world and try to accomplish it on your own. I'm about the outcome. Like I said, I had my childhood best friend, and I know the impact it had on him and several other dudes in college when they finally were able to work that situation out. So yeah, man, please. You said I never thought it was gonna be like that. Look, I in my capacity as a professional, I've had NFL clients, NBA clients, and if you don't think, um, you know, B-list celebrities, haven't had an A-lister yet, politicians, your godfather understands how the sexual shadow world works, access, and all that other kind of stuff. Um, Discretion is the key thing. Agent Double O Kevin. Well, anyway, if you're interested in coming to Las Vegas, you have to attend a regional event. Why? Because I said so. You're not going to just come to a regional event and take advantage of all of that stuff. I mean, you have to come to if you want to come to a national event, you have to come to a regional event. Because I want you to come to the events because the work gets done there. And also, I need to know who's involved in these things because, hey, man, I'm not gonna have no weirdos showing up just out of the blue that I don't know and I've never vetted. And you think you're just gonna come? No, 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 no. And not everybody's gonna be able to attend. There are people who've asked to attend, and I've said no. See, when you get to a point in your profession to where you don't have to take all money ain't good money, dominoes, right? Um, the most important thing is being able to deliver a certain level of service, and anonymity is key. You guys have never seen me throw anybody's picture up on my channel, say anybody's personal name on my channel, and it'll never happen. And as far as live streaming, after in 23 days, there won't really be any more in-depth live streams like this. If you see a stream on YouTube, what it'll be is a pre-recorded video that I will likely premiere, but it's shorter content. Hmm. Wow, what are y'all doing in the chat room? Well, y'all tripping. Um, Look, man, I understand men, and I understand, um, and I've had women actually ask about these kind of things too. Oh, I've actually had women ask, do I work with women on a case by case basis? I'll tell you why. When I started out working as an image consultant, I worked with both men and women. But women, honestly, women are far more difficult to deal with, uh, far more difficult to please, and they don't spend as much. And that's why, I mean, that's from an image standpoint, from an image, I mean, and you've heard these, uh, you've heard coming from the dating sector, from an image standpoint, I deal with women professionally. Like if you want to improve your personal brand, reinvent yourself, that kind of stuff. Oh, for sure. Um, because that's really important. If you see what you need to really understand, is where you're at and what you want to get done. If you're an entrepreneur, influencer, or something like that, if you are a woman and you're looking to rebrand, reinvent, or redesign your lifestyle, that is something a corporate image professional like myself gladly will take on. But just personally, uh, personal shoppers and that kind of stuff, not so much. Um, quality. Quality image consultants. You're looking at on the low end, you're looking at around 35 to 4,000, $3,500 to $4,000 for a baseline rebranding or redesign of your image. So if you just say baseline around $4,000. Now, and with that, you're looking at, it's not just putting some clothes on someone. You're talking about reconfiguring someone's entire image to where they take that and go take that $4,000 investment and add several zeros to their paycheck or to their potential social outcomes. There's a huge difference between a personal shopper and an image consultant. People who come by and, just take you out on a personal shopping safari, there are plenty of people who just happen to know where good deals are. But image consulting is high level and it requires an extended amount of research, reading of a person, knowledge of a market, and being able to translate who you are as a person internally and externally and present the message you need to be presented to the world. Mm-hmm. All right. So, return on investment. Yeah. See, that's another thing that, I'll add this back to the program. Avoid men who want guarantees. Successful men talk about ROI, return on investment. There are no guarantees. They're just better, they're just deals and better deals. And in the land of ROI is more important than anything else. So, all right. Kevin, you're the man. Much respect. Got Atlanta 9-5 engaging, buying flight in the morning. Okay, keep doing what you appreciate it. Let me make sure I got these questions answered too. I mean, I appreciate you guys tuning in. It's a little bit late, a little long. Let me make sure I got these questions answered. I'm gonna get up off of here. I'll be doing a quick broadcast tomorrow from the office. And I also got
Kevin, you are the man. Much respect. Got some Atlanta nightlife to engage in, then got to buy a flight for the morning. Keep doing what you're doing.
I got to download and talk about the women's event, which is going to be insane. What do I think? So the outspoken individual asks, what do you think about joining an honor society and community college? I think it's fine. I think joining an honor society is great. Joining the alumni association is more important. Join any organization. What are the movers and shakers in your industry do? What groups do they join? The more connections, the better. I expect gentlemen to be at home Monday night and Tuesday night. I expect gentlemen to be out Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Let me explain. For the people who follow me on Instagram, you know that I just actually showed where I was out. You should be out from 5 to 8 at a local lounge on a Sunday night. No alcohol, or if you do drink, one drink early on, and you go from 5 to 8, have a light dinner, socialize, watch the game, and you get home, you're home by 9 o'clock. You're in bed by 10 or by midnight to 5. Monday night, Tuesday night are the only evenings I expect you truly to be at home. Wednesday night, some local ladies' night or some local lounge. Thursday night, some sort of happy hour. Friday night and Saturday night, you need to be trying different restaurants or different places on the town. Since the nightclub scene is kind of dead. And as you start to develop your dating routine, if you're a dating rotation kind of guy, or you're the person that's dating, just seeing one person, but you don't need to see that one person every day. Becoming known in your city. Becoming known as a man about town. Building your network is your net worth. Uh, do my friends ever ask you to take? No, not anymore. Honestly, my friends don't ask me to do that kind of stuff because they know the answer is going to be no. But honestly, my friends honestly benefit heavily because they are truly my friends. And if you're truly my friend, I'll offer information because honestly, I'm working and living inside my gift. I can't give away the information quicker than I can replay. Look at this. I know I'm an expert in all this stuff. I'm an expert in this. So it's not like there's a finite amount of knowledge. But by being a friend of mine, you get to be around me and they paid that cost and we invested in each other to where I have no problem telling my friends. Matter of fact, sometimes I'm like, geez. And I make it to where like my one of my close friends, I just call him Jay. Jay, he doesn't care about the notes and the note breakdown. He just want like, does it smell good? How's it? And give it to me. And I just keep it simple for him. And I give him the outcome. Um, if you know, here's what I am looking for. Here's what I need help with. And I believe in asking for help. I need help in the Atlanta area. If you're a photographer or a videographer, and you are or a photographer or videographer, or you can edit videos for YouTube and Instagram, and you're willing to work, yeah, hit me up. Um, some people I work with on a collaborative basis, they're looking to build their platform or looking to increase their reach or their network. Um, but I actually just prefer to pay in most cases. Um, Bartering is great, uh, but I have deadlines to reach. And I would tell you this: let's say I was going to work with Reese Bobby, and Reese was in Atlanta, and he was a videographer. If I need a video to be uploaded by Sunday at 10, I need to be able to stand on Reese Bobby's neck to make sure I have what I need the way I need it. And nothing does that like money. Pay full freight. So if you're a photographer or a videographer in the Atlanta area, what I have that most people don't have is I have access. Even here, I am allowed to film and record and photograph in many areas that are off limits to most people. Have you guys not noticed that I'm often filming inside of department store like Saks and Nordstrom's, Saks and Neiman's, and um, a lot. You're not supposed to be able to film in these places, but because I actually have a working relationship with Simon Malls, with the PR department with the PR people at Saks and Neiman, with the high value uh, teams at Saks where they deal with clients over a certain dollar value, boutiques, blah blah blah. So we'll see. If you know, Kevin has made MIT into a funnel. You goddamn right. You damn right. If you are not on my mailing list, if you're not on my mailing list, send me an email to Kevin at Made Men Image Consulting to be on my mailing list for my newsletter. In 2020, we're going corporate, baby. LinkedIn game is going to be on top. Send me an email to get on the mailing list because YouTube is changing the algorithm and many things. I will be fine. I believe, but I still want to make sure that I'm communicating with everyone who's interested in CIA or FBI or the things I talk about in a timely manner. I don't sell your uh, emails. I don't pass any stuff out, and I won't overload you. Um, so yeah, if you want to get on an email list, great. Coming up this week, top 10 fragrances for winter. Um, my my gentleman series, gentlemen's rules, And I will start putting out information for my project upgrade series. That's when I actually have guys come in to Atlanta, the whole before and after video thing. That's why I need a videographer, somebody to hold the camera and film this stuff. If you are not currently subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Do me a favor. I've had people reporting to me that they've been unsubscribed from my channel. This is happening on YouTube for some strange reason. Please go in and subscribe and turn on the notification button to all. YouTube is having some issues with their system. Please do that for me right now. All right. That back to black, black on black, what shoes? I'm wearing Gucci loafers right now because I'm upstairs in the lab. All right, guys, I'm running a little bit long. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to the CIA, One Love, FBI, ain't forgot about y'all. I sent you an email. Okay, thank you. Could you have a 10-item wardrobe? No, can't have a 10-item wardrobe. No, cannot have a 10-item wardrobe. Well, yeah, you can. No, you can't. No, I'm gonna make that joke. Ladies, I would say this too. One of the best investments you can do for yourself as a woman is get an image consultant and rebrand yourself. Rebrand yourself, repackage yourself. Because competition out here for my guys is stiff. I am going to tell you this. When I talk about the video, when I talk about my women's event, ladies, I need you to understand competition for CIA men and the kind of men you're talking about is stiff. And I'm going to tell you right now, you better be ready to compete because these women are not playing with y'all. They are coming after. They are making themselves, they're packaging themselves and presenting themselves well to get chosen by Boaz. Oh, if you think you're just going to be able to sit over there and put on some makeup and get your hair right and smell good, and ooh, wee, ladies. I don't want to tip. I don't want to tip the scale. You better get ready. If you, I need you, ladies, to ask yourself a question. If your left finger is empty, and you know you want to be married to a man who can set you down, and you don't have to work, you need to ask yourself, what have you actively done to learn about that group of men? I don't want to tip the scale. I'm just, anyway. All right, man. I got to get out of here. Peace. That video is going to be off the chain. Love you. Peace.